can't go that far. You got it. All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Specrapular. We are a podcast that talks about movies and shit. I am one of your hosts, Brandon Aquino, but I am joined by my best friend and confidant, Mike Vera. All right. Yeah, we're slightly different angles today. And we are recording...
in a dungeon?
Yes, in a very wooden dungeon.
In a Siberia?
Yes. In winter. Is it? Would it be winter in Siberia currently too? Okay, because I
Northern hemisphere, not southern.
Yeah, because they're over there, so they'd be warmer right now, right?
No, you're thinking north and south. So like Australia would be getting hot right now.
Okay, so for all of our Australian and New Zealand listeners, and south of the equator, it's getting warm. So if Brazil would be getting warm right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. What about Lake Minnetonka? I don't know where that actually is. I don't know where that is. But Mike, how are you?
Doing all right.
Yeah.
A little tired from work.
Yeah. Did you work a double or anything yesterday?
No, I'm just tired.
Okay. Did you notice that in the last episode I actually said where you worked and I beeped it out?
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, because at the same time, I don't care if people know where I work, but I'm not going to say it. Right. But
see, when you work for the CIA, you got to keep it on the.
I think the kids call it the down low.
Down.
Is that what you're doing? Oh no, you're not doing this one.
Oh,
LeBron, you're not doing LeBron, or this one too. When after I just made a shot over you, you're too small. You're too small. Oh, you're petting somebody.
Isn't that the one where they?
No, they don't. They don't do this. They just put their hands down like you're too small. You're too small. I actually hate when people do that. Oddly enough, really quick about basketball, the Lakers are stinking it up right now. And it's kind of frustrating because they're a very, very capable team. You see it sometimes, and it's not enough that we see it. I watched some press conferences with JJ, and he's just like, just always fucking bummed. And
what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
I'm trying my best.
I can only be so handsome, have my sleeve of tattoos, slick my hair back so far. But it's frustrating. They lost to Atlanta yesterday, and Atlanta's not necessarily a bad team. They're not a good team either.
Nope.
And it's just tough. But they're 12-10, maybe 12-9, so it's not that bad. But you're quarter of the way through the season just about, so it's a little dicey.
Yeah.
Anyway, so how are you?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
it's a quarter. Yeah.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm fine.
Just a little tired.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. I sneezed like twice.
Hey, Brandon, how you doing?
I'm great.
I did feel like, there's a little something coming on, like the back tickle of my throat.
Is it cum?
No, that's
Not this
2
time.
weeks ago. But it never came. So I'm feeling
Come
good.
again? Okay.
But
okay.
I was like, I get fucking sick again because it was only a couple month ago or so, maybe 2 months ago.
Yeah.
But I'm feeling good, everybody.
If
I
you
can do
guys are
like
concerned, yeah.
4 push-ups right now if you needed me to.
I want to see you pump some iron real quick. If you can.
I'll pump
You're going to get down I'm okay. Like I said, I sneezed a couple times before getting here, and now I sound like I'm a little nasally. But it's all charming still, so it's good. That's still good. Like, that's never in question. But at the same time, yeah. But thank you for asking. So, Mike, what movie are we here to talk about as you drink your 70s jasmine, you drink your jasmine green milk tea? Or no, just jasmine milk tea.
Well, it's the holiday season, everybody.
It is.
The holiday season
is here to stay.
And
you're going to listen to Specrapular.
Okay, could have been the end.
What
are we doing?
Anyway.
We're getting another Christmas song at the end, guys. So just
how exciting.
Fucking be prepared for it.
I'm excited for
You're
all of you.
Love it. Mm-hmm. So, in honor of the Christmas season, we're going to do a Christmas movie from 1988 called Die Hard. Not Die Soft.
Nope.
Not Die Some. That doesn't make any sense. You know, sure.
It's called, if the original title, if you didn't know, it was actually Die Rigid. And it didn't stick. But this is based on a book, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I don't know if I've seen this movie a gajillion times, and I just noticed like, based on the novel by fucking who's it's.
I saw that years ago, and I thought, I'm going to look that up, and I did. I never bought it.
Yeah.
Just like when we did Who Framed Roger Rabbit, I was going to buy Who Killed, whatever the book is, version of it. I never did that either. because I love
It's
reading.
No Country for Old Rabbits. That's
Oh,
what that
okay,
movie
good.
is.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
okay,
it's
sure, yeah. So it's based on a book that we didn't even bother to research. But tell us more about this movie, Mike.
Oh my God, why
yeah,
did I put this down?
Yeah, who's in it? Tell me
From
the
1988.
synopsis.
Yeah. Directed by one John McTiernan.
Great director.
Yeah. Written by, oh, that's the guy's name. Oh my God. Why is the Roderick Thorpe? That's a fun writer's name.
Okay, yeah.
Screenplay by Jeb Stewart.
I don't like that name. Jeb. It's like he's like one of Cletus's cousins from The Simpsons.
A New York City police officer tries to save his estranged wife and several others taken hostage by terrorists during a Christmas party at the Nakatomi Plaza in Los Angeles. Starring Bruce Willis as John McClane. I almost call him John McCain right now.
Ooh.
Because I'm stupid.
He passed away, no?
Yes.
Okay.
Alan Rickman as Hans Gruber. Bonnie Bedelia as Holly Gennaro
I like her a lot.
Yeah. Reginald VelJohnson as Sergeant Al Powell.
Your favorite.
Al Powell. Paul Gleason as Dwayne Robertson, the chief, and Deborah White as Argyle. And then that's pretty much it.
I have some issues with Argyle.
What?
And I'll talk about those in a moment. Just that, like, okay, I shall talk about it now. Okay. He's a limo driver.
Yeah.
He said, like, it's his first day, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. My thought is, I don't know, drive the motherfucker, take his shit,
Grab his bags.
Yeah, grab
his not existing bags.
Yeah, he brought like a backpack, or like he brought like a grocery bag with him, and it's just with
Did
like
he?
a couple of white beaters and like maybe some pants, a couple pairs of socks, and his gun. He definitely had to bring his Beretta. Man. Thanks a lot, 9/11. Can't even bring guns on planes anymore. Fucking Obama.
Smoking in the airport.
Yeah.
Carry your gun.
You know who had a good scene about
Fucking
smoking in the
good old
airport
days.
and in the airplane is that one Work Hard or whatever, when it's the car salesman one, with Piven and Catherine Hahn. Is it okay?
Okay.
But he had like a speech about smoking in planes, and like everybody cheers at the end. I personally don't like Piven, but he's a good actor.
a person?
Yeah. He's
Kind of douchey, right?
Yeah, douchey, kind of a sleazeball a little bit. From what I've read, kind of an a-hole on set and stuff. But I've also heard a lot of things lately about who was it? Ben Stiller. There's been a lot of shit. People have been roasting Ben Stiller a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, like huge a-hole on set, like just a dick. Like it's not pleasant. Not pleasant.
That makes me sad.
It does too, because he comes off as like this totally cool dude, but in reality,
But it kind of makes sense.
he probably strangles kittens at home or something like that. Yeah.
He aims for animals as they're running across the street.
He sees the deer and he doesn't try to break. He's like he leans into it. Yeah, so we're doing.
Imagine he's just the dude from Happy Gilmore.
I was gonna say Raising Arizona,
he's
the
just
guy on
terrible.
the motorcycle, like he's blowing up little animals and shit. But yeah, imagine, he's like, you're gonna shut up and you're gonna, He's like, can I trouble you for a glass of warm milk? You can trouble me for a glass of shut the hell up. Anyway, Mike, so Die Hard. This is a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of it all, it's a Christmas movie because it takes place during Christmas. It's not an actual Christmas movie though. Like they're not like, hey, we're here specifically for this.
Yeah.
So I can understand
Everyone, I know we're doing it too. Like everyone gets too cute with that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh, it's a Christmas movie. Like,
Harry Potter.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wrote down a list of a few movies that take place during Christmas.
Okay.
As we could see if you consider that a Christmas movie.
Hit me.
Okay. So what I wrote down was Eyes Wide Shut. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which I actually like. Kisses.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember that.
Because even when you first see Michelle Monaghan, she's wearing like the red little Santa dress and stuff like that.
Okay.
I was recently watching. I told you this. Pixels. It's like a guilty pleasure of mine. That movie. Adam Sandler.
Yeah. All the video game stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Michelle Monaghan's in it.
What do you like better? I'm sorry. Go ahead and finish your story.
Michelle Monaghan's in it, and I've always loved Michelle Monaghan. When I first saw her, and I think I'm sorry. I saw her in Gone Baby Gone first, and I was like, I love this woman. Like she's great. And she just never really got as big as I would have liked her to be, because I think she's a great actor, and she's funny. But also, and she's the Spectrum TV person, I think now too. She's a spokesperson for some kind of TV provider. But we're gonna say, what do I prefer?
I totally forgot.
Okay.
No. Which video game movie do you enjoy more? Pixels or Wreck-It Ralph?
This one's a controversial decision because I've never seen Wreck-It Ralph.
Okay. It's not controversial.
I've heard good things about it, and the second one.
Okay.
But I just never saw it. But if I had to choose, I would say Pixels because I've seen it.
Well, you can't choose. You're
It's a bias.
Yeah,
it's
you're
a bias.
NA. Your opinion is
N/A, yeah. 12 Monkeys. Apparently takes place during Christmas.
Okay. With Bruce Willis. Okay.
Long Kiss Goodnight with Gina Davis and Sam Jackson.
It's very snowy.
Yeah.
And it's cold.
And then a favorite of probably both of us, In Bruges.
No way. Is it really?
That's what it's in the list. I looked it up on Christmas movies, like not traditional Christmas movies.
I got you.
And In Bruges was one I
a good
love
movie.
In Bruges. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. Really violent.
Well, you got Fiennes in there. You got the other guy.
Brendan Gleeson.
Thank you, because I could not think of his name. Colin. And the whole scene at the end is like, you got your fucking cunt kids. And he's like, you don't say that about my kids being cunts. All right, I take it back. It's like we should do it truly for the movie or for the podcast, but it's funny, but it's like fucked.
Yeah.
And but it's fucking great.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is a non-traditional Christmas movie. I know you said people get a little too cute with it sometimes with how they distinguish what's a Christmas movie or not.
Yeah.
Would you actually though consider these movies technically Christmas movies because of it?
I mean, no, but I mean, it's good enough for me.
Yeah.
And I don't, I'm not gonna get like bogged down and, stand. I'm not standing on business for Die Hard.
Like it's like if you consider a movie, like if they're going through like a time lapse, right? And then they go through December for a second, and then there's like a Christmas scene. Is that a Christmas movie? Or does it just have to take place for the most part during Christmas to make it a Christmas movie? Because Harry Potter...
I mean, it has to like... Christmas almost has to be not a character. It just has to be like an important part of this, integral to the story. You know what I'm saying?
Do you...
so like Love Actually, like they're all, buying gifts and shit like that.
Yeah.
And there's like a
not for the right people
pageant and shit like that.
Yeah.
That's what,
Like Mean Girls can technically be a Christmas movie because there's
it has a Christmas scene in it.
Exactly. So is it a scene that makes it a Christmas movie, or is it the fact that the whole thing takes place during that time? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Home Alone, like
absolutely,
100%.
absolutely. But Harry Potter really technically shouldn't be too because it's only a couple of like scenes in there that in Christmas, and I don't think all of them have Christmas in it. But do you like Harry? Did you? I remember you recently rewatched. Did you watch all of them?
Oh, not rewatched. Watched
for the first time. Fuck. So you?
I watched the first one when it came out.
Okay.
When they were used.
In 1996.
It must have come out.
No, it was not that long ago.
Like
It was like
2002 or something.
Yeah. Because I think they're our age. Like I think Radcliffe's my age. Because you're only a year older than me. Radcliffe is so fucking buff, dude.
Yeah,
like it's
super buff.
Oh my god. Like, and he's so furry. Like his chest is hairy and shit
Is
like
he
that.
really?
Yeah, he's a furry boy.
Dang.
He's a furry boy. I'm down for that. I can't.
What's his back look like?
Hopefully not hairy. But I can't quite. I can grow hair, but it's not like that. I'm not like burly like a Hugh Jackman.
I got like
a couple little chest pubes.
Like 4 or 5 of them in there.
But it's like one long curly one that leads down. Yeah, each one leads further down.
I just comb it like waves.
And then you put some mousse in there.
It looks like a Homer's hair or Charlie Brown's hair.
Yeah. I do like that Homer's side hair never moves. It's just always that squiggle.
Yeah.
I've never seen it like hang down or anything.
I believe the rumor was that his ear and his hair are supposed to be MG from Meg Groening.
Oh, okay. So he's very like arrogant and into himself in that regard. Like Matt Groening. Well, his name's on everything Simpsons, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's quite the contract to get, to have your name literally on fucking.
If
everything.
I created something, like my fucking face is gonna be on that bitch.
That's very fair. Your face, like let's just say Specrapular, like it was thing, and your face just right here, always. There's just a face.
No, it's like a TV station with just this ABC at the corner at all times.
Yeah. Or you can be like you're in like my face in the P, and then your face in that P, and then we can. Yeah,
that's not a bad idea.
Anyhow.
But it's not just a logo. It's like my actual face reacting. Like all those YouTube shorts now, where it's everyone's stupid faces in the corner, so they can just repost and get views, stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, if you haven't watched their videos on YouTube, I did put I uploaded our Specrapular font on there, so it's always in the lower right corner. So it's not always like if I went to make the clips, it's not going to be seen at all times, but it's there. So if you hover over or something like that, it'll appear just for like, I guess you could say marketing purposes, like branding. You know what I mean? It's all about branding. Yeah. I'm not wearing the sweater today because even though it's kind of cold, but like
it is chilly.
I just want to show off a little more of my body and stuff like that.
Yeah, let me see those guns. Wow, I can't. Did you turn on another light in here?
I didn't.
Oh my god!
But it's there. It's present. It's just I'm so pale that you can't fucking tell. Can we see your farmer's tan?
No, you cannot.
Come on, please.
No. It's not. It's not as bad.
That's well. Look, hold on. Let me look like the contrast.
There is there's no conscious.
Sorry, I hit you in the face. I'm sorry.
It was tender.
It was very soft. My hands are surprisingly
Which doesn't
soft.
make sense because it's not that. First off, it's wintertime almost, right?
Yeah.
So there's not a ton of sun.
No.
And even though I do work outside, so I'm in the sun.
I thought you were gonna say workout, but
But I wear like full ass coveralls that I don't roll up. So
yeah. Where are you getting all this brown?
What's up, arms?
Yeah.
What's up?
What is the deal?
Get it together.
If you
I'm
guys
talking
could
to you,
just
forearm. Lighten up.
if you could just blend, if you could just like smudge it
Yeah.
up, like Photoshop, blur it up.
Like,
Yeah.
still-
Yeah, blur it up. Turn that towards you so you can talk into it.
It's all about the physical comedy. That's
Exactly,
what I'm
yeah.
trying
Like Ryan Gosling in fucking what's that movie we did?
Nice
Nice Guys? Yeah. Anyway, so Die Hard. Let's get into that because we're 16 minutes in. So do you like this movie?
I love this movie so much.
It's very fucking good.
I'm gonna tell you something, and you're gonna. I don't know how you're gonna.
You better not like it more than 3.
Huh?
I thought you were gonna say you like it more than Vengeance.
Oh, actually, no. But it's like always watchable
Yeah.
because I think I must have watched it like 4 times, like while we were preparing for this episode. The first time I had it on. I think it's funny. Recently, I've just been. As soon as we finish recording, I'll just watch the next movie, like as you leave my house.
Yeah. You did that last time. Like
Yeah.
when I was setting up, you put on Die Hard. I was like, are we gonna do this?
Can I not look?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so exactly that. So I just watched it then, and then through the week, if I miss something, just kind of like casually watching while like using my phone or something like that. So if I miss some pieces, stuff like that. So then even last night, I was like, well, let me sit down and watch it like straight through.
Yeah.
No interruptions.
Yeah.
Masturbated like twice.
Of course, yeah. I mean, you did it during.
I paused it.
No. You don't need to pause that. You could just be looking at Bruce like, because he twice in
Once
this
he
movie.
ties up his wraps his foot, and then he's shirtless
Yeah.
and so sweaty.
Yeah.
Then it's like, okay, now it's time to
There's
get
there's at least twice in this movie where women are like the stewardess.
Yeah.
And then there's one other part. I was like, is he just gonna like slay women if he wasn't?
There was that
wasn't
one
married?
where like at the party where it hits him on the shoulder, like, oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
And then she looks back at him.
Yeah. I'm like, all right. I mean, he's not an ugly guy in the slightest. And really quick, Bruce Willis. Going through a tough one right now because I forgot what the thing is that it's called. I didn't write it down.
It's like some sort
He can't
form
speak.
of dementia.
Yeah,
I think.
he can't really speak. And sometimes seeing those videos with him and his kids, and like he does come back a little bit, like he remembers their names and shit
yeah.
like that. Like it bums me out knowing that he's never gonna be.
Oh, do you want to like instant cry? Like you just have to watch those like old people with Alzheimer's, and like they'll play like the song that they remember when they were youth,
and they start
they
dancing.
come alive.
Yeah.
Or like when they remember their kids, like
Yeah.
for like half a second.
Yeah.
And, like actually like.
It's a fucking bummer. And like
Is it a bummer?
I would say so.
No, those specific moments.
Oh no, I mean those are very heartwarming.
Yeah.
Like to see those things. I'm sorry, but like knowing what they're going through.
Oh, yeah.
Like in their head, they, as far as I know, like they're not remembering. Obviously, they're not remembering things, and then when they do, it's kind of. But then it's fleeting very quickly. So when I do occasionally see those things on Reddit, because it's really all I ever use. It's just kind of like that sucks because 3 years ago,
Devastating.
he was still kind of out and about and stuff. He wasn't as public because it was starting to kind of hit him. But like I think Kevin Smith came out and apologized about it because he had said some shit about Bruce, like, oh, he couldn't remember his lines, blah blah blah, and I was like, oh. But he didn't know, and so like he thought that just Bruce wasn't
because he was
prepared.
supposed to. He directed that movie, right, with Bruce and Tracy Morgan.
Yes,
Taxi One or
it was
something?
going to be called Two Dicks, but it became called like Ride on or something like that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But like Kevin had said in an interview.
That was a whole thing, yeah.
Yeah.
That was like a whole...
Yeah. So he came out saying he's sorry, like he didn't know. And obviously, I'm sure if he knew, he wouldn't have said something like that. Because Kevin Smith does not come off as like a piece of shit. They're making, I think, another Clerks, from my understanding, too.
Did they just make one?
Yeah. It was okay, honestly. It was okay. Oh, no. You know what I'm thinking of? I think I'm thinking of another Jane Silent Bob movie, not Clerks.
There you go.
Yeah, and I think it's a Jane Silent Bob movie, not Clerks. Because I think...
what's the difference again? I'm just kidding.
I know, right? Yeah. I mean, any Kevin Smith movie, like they're fucking there. I was rewatching Dogma. It's finally going to be coming out again. They're going to be releasing it on 4K, finally. Like Kevin Smith's involved.
Speaking of movies I've never seen Dogma all the way through.
You can borrow mine. I
don't want to.
Okay. I do have it on DVD. It's a special edition, like it's a 2-disc one.
Okay.
And I never sold it because I'd heard that movie you couldn't buy anymore years ago. So I just never sold it. And it was true. Like Weinstein wouldn't, I don't know about Weinstein himself, but just like the company wouldn't give Kevin Smith the rights or anybody to do anything. Anyway, so Die Hard. First and foremost, I also greatly enjoy this movie. You're absolutely right. You can watch it at any time. Like, it's not only an action movie.
Also, every time.
Go ahead.
Maybe you did the same thing. Every time I watched it, the multiple times that I watched it, I just let it. Well, Die Hard 2 tried to come on. I was like, nah, I'm good. And I just put 3 on.
Yeah. And so if you're gonna, okay,
So I have like 4 views of this, and then like 2.5 views of Die Hard with a Vengeance in me right now.
So
if we need to talk about that one too, we can talk about that one too.
Yeah, that's fine. I could do it too. I think I know that one beat by beat as well. If you were to put all the Die Hard movies, all 5 of them, as in order of best to worst, what would you go with?
I mean, 1.
What?
I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Were you gonna just go 1, 2, 3?
No. Die Hard with a Vengeance first.
Okay.
Die Hard 1.
Okay.
Die Hard 2.
Okay.
The hackery one.
Yeah, Justin Long.
And then the whatever that.
That's fair.
With his brother or with his son or something.
Yeah, the
right?
son. Yeah. So I would go Die Hard with a Vengeance.
You should have the same exact list.
I don't. Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Yeah.
Die Hard 3. I'm sorry. Wow. I'm fucking.
Oh
up now.
well.
Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Yes.
Die Hard.
Die Hard.
Die Hard. Live Free or Die Hard.
Really? Over 2?
Then Die Hard 2.
What a fucking
It's
douche.
called Die Harder. And then Die Hard 5, Let It Die Already.
Live and Let Die Hard.
I think that is what it is.
That's Live Free and Die Hard.
Oh, no, that's the 4th one.
Okay.
And then the 5th one is I don't fucking know.
Die Hard, my darling.
Yeah, I'm fucking dancing this shit. Is that Misfits or is that Danzig? Is it Misfits? Okay. That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh god. Yeah, I think I told you that I recently.
The best jokes are the ones that make yourself laugh. So.
Yeah, and you like the music ones too. I think I told you I started listening to
Do
Slipknot.
I have stuff in my nose? I just keep rubbing my nose. Like
It's cocaine, Mike. It's cocaine. Cocaine. I've been watching a lot of New Girls clips lately, and it's like when Winston's like, Schmidt, I need coke, or I need crack, and he's like, what? And he's explaining like the backstory of it. But
when they go into the car with the dude.
Yeah, and you actually I see it now. You do on the right nostril. You have a little bit on the inside part. In this part, they can't see it. You're too far away.
Got it.
Okay. But the way Schmidt says cocaine, is that cocaine? Like I love this.
No, it's on Walk Hard. He does it too. He's like, I do believe I'll have you some of that cocaine.
Yeah. You don't want none of this shit, man. So anyway, I greatly enjoy this movie. And now to get through my notes, which everybody, I'll show you my notes. It's not as long as normal. That's it. That's it. To me, that's not a lot in comparison to other movies I've had. So anyway.
How many of them are useful? That's the big
question.
Mostly
None of them.
Okay. Good.
But the guy on the plane that said, like, here's what you do, man. You take your socks off, you do this. Kind of fucked up Bruce Willis.
It's his fault.
Yeah, I kind of fucked him pretty hard there. It's Bruce's fault for listening to some idiot that he doesn't even know that was scared of a gun. I'm not scared of guns. I think guns are actually pretty fucking cool. I just don't think we really need them. Or at least a fully automatic gun we don't need. Semi-automatic? All right, you got to pull the trigger every time. Anyway, I was going to lead into the healthcare guy, and I was like, no, I'm not going to talk about that. The assassination of the guy in New York.
Yeah.
We don't need for that. No, sorry. So that stewardess was ready to fuck. Like,
She was way down.
ready to go. And I always got to
So
think...
is there? They don't mention it in the movie.
Mm-hmm. They don't use protection. Yeah, they don't. If they
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Of course, I use protection. I'll go my 9mm semi-automatic. Lost the password, I guess. No, what was I going to say? Is there like some subtext that he's a womanizer in his marriage too? So maybe that caused some of the friction.
I don't think so. Yeah, she looked at him.
Because if not, then why show him getting the little winks and nods from the ladies?
Maybe it's just because he's a good-looking dude.
He's not that good looking.
I know what you're saying. And I
no disrespect.
Yeah,
All due respect, but
no disrespect.
You're a dog.
Yeah, it's possible. I don't think that was a way of alluding to it. I just think that was a way of them kind of making him seem like he's more.
Because when they have
good-looking.
their one talk,
Yeah.
in the washroom, she's like, "Oh, we know exactly what your idea of this marriage is." That's the only thing she says.
Okay. I guess since they don't go into it, like there's no full context, we can all
Which is
speculate.
fine. Which is
Yeah.
It's just one of those layers of things that you can think about. In
Like
the
an
movie.
onion. Yeah, it's like typically I'll pick at these little things, and you're like, oh, you and your nuances, Brandon. You're fucking. What do you say that they do?
No. You think about
The
minutia.
Yeah, minutia.
Of like, there was like a chair, but then the next time they showed the chair, it was like a different chair.
It was a red chair in one shot, and the next frame it was orange. What is that about? Or it was one of them was crimson, and the other one was tiger blood. Anyway, yeah, maybe that's what they are alluding to. I hope not. But at the same time, yeah, he's not the best looking dude. He's no Fabio from when was this made? 1988. Fabio at that time, before he got hit with the face in that bird or whatever on that roller coaster, was a very very ugly guy. So
I mean, since you brought it up, I mean, I'm not attracted to men.
Okay.
But even if I was, I wouldn't find those dudes attractive.
Bruce Willis?
No.
Oh, Fabio.
Like the super buff,
muscle bound,
long blonde haired, muscle bound dudes. Like,
yes, my mom. She was fucking ready to smash guts with Fabio, Thor, any of those guys with the long hair. Like
Thor looks better with short hair. I'm just gonna say it.
My mom actually greatly loves Steven Seagal in his prime. I know. Because he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But she went to go see, was it Air Force One? No, what was the one where
Executive Decision.
Executive Decision.
Oh, she got super pissed?
He got blown out. Yeah. So like when he's like, hey, you're not gonna make it. He's like, you will. And he closes it and he gets blown out.
I like how they show his body go.
Yeah. What is it, Count Chocula?
I regret nothing.
Yeah. And for real, he could survive. You didn't see him die, so he could have survived. In Executive Decision 2, Executive Harder, he could have been like, I'm getting my vengeance.
I mean, that's the importance of these movies.
Yeah.
Like, we must have made that joke a bajillion times. The whatever harder or hard with whatever with the vengeance.
Yeah.
Like, this is like ingrained in our comedy and our psyches for years.
Which is like, it's so weird that like people don't get us, like with our humor. And
people don't like us. Yeah, I've been made well aware of that. Yeah, and many times a day.
I had talked to you about it. Like, if people don't know us and they were to read our texts or something like that, it's like, these two fucking idiots, they're assholes. But then we get what we're saying, like the inside jokes of it all and stuff like that. And that's why I brought up like if you're texting somebody and you just met them, right? You're trying to. It's like you're trying to get on a date with them, something like, and you're making these jokes. I'll read them like, fucking Mike. But she might read it and be like, what the fuck does he mean by that?
Yeah.
So it's.
That's why I told you I add the ha-has and LOLs so people know that I mean, I guess I could do like the /S, but people might not know that.
Yeah. No. So, yeah.
I
mean, that one's a deeper cut than just the LOL.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, so, okay. Sure. I tell you, I'm joking. That's why I made the joking things.
Get it?
Don't you get jokes?
God, you idiot. Why am I talking to you? I put hair.
And I also like congratulate myself. I'm like, that was a pretty good one.
Off-putting. Let me put it that way. Like, you're so funny, Mike. You're so funny. That's you, not me.
Slapping your dick on your phone.
Yeah. It's only going like halfway across the screen, like halfway across your 6-inch screen. It's only getting 3 inches across, but still. So
laying down.
I put Harry is such a scumbag, and you only needed 4 seconds to know that.
The dude?
Yeah, this like, hey, you want to go on a date?
Booby.
Yeah. Hey, he's gonna shoot me here if you don't come back in here. Like, what kind of gall does this guy have to be like, hey, I'm gonna talk to him. I know Germans. He's Eastern European trash.
Sprechen Sie Tag?
Like, fucking idiot. So he's clearly high because he took a bump also when he's in there with the people. Let's see here. Argyle, what the fuck? Know your job. Is there no training? Because even if it's your first day as a limo driver, that is a longer vehicle, right? So you need to know how to make these turns because you can't just make a turn like a car. You got to go a little longer before you turn.
This could have been guests. This could have been guests at our wedding.
Yeah.
They were cones.
They were cones. Let's see here. He said the VHS, and I was like, oh, a lost.
Wait, Argyle said he used to drive a taxi or something, right?
Ooh, I don't remember if he did.
I think.
Okay. He mentioned VHS. And that's obviously obsolete. Could be some people in here that have never even used a VHS. DVDs.
Some.
Yeah. Well, a majority of our viewers are already in their mid-30s.
Oh, okay.
So there's some that are in their 20s. I look at the demos in our analytics every day. I'm like, increase.
We have access to all the cameras and all your electronic equipment. So
once you listen to Specrapular on here through Spotify, it allows us access because you agreed to Spotify's terms and service. Mm-hmm. So we're able to actually go into your phone and see what's going on. Now, not your data, but we can access the camera. And you guys are fucking filthy.
Yeah, get it together, people.
Yeah, you fucking.
You.
All that Lakers.
Talking to you, Roy.
All that Lakers talk got me excited because they're in the radio. They're talking about Kareem and shit like that.
Even the guy when he comes in to shoot the guy.
Yeah.
He's like, like 3 seconds.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. And then gets shot in the face. That guy had none of these guys had any remorse for anything.
No.
They just straight murdered and no big deal.
I mean, that's the thing about Hans calls himself a thief, right? Pretending to be terrorists because they don't actually have a cause. They're
Right.
just stealing.
They just want money. Yeah.
right?
That's what Holly says. You're just a common fucking thief.
But not only that, because the plan, they're mass murderers. The plan is to blow up all 30 of those people on the roof
Yeah.
so they can get away.
Yeah.
Also, they use like one tiny van to try to get away.
Yeah.
If John wasn't there
It's
and
like
everyone lived, like how are they all
transit
supposed to,
van. Yeah.
Yeah, how are they all supposed to fit in there?
There's no seats, so they just got to lay down on the ground. Yeah. And was
They're held in the machine guns like this.
yeah, was it portrayed as like
sorry.
a medical van? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
an ambulance.
Okay, yeah. Hans didn't think about that because he was like, what? There's 12 or 13 of them when they went in there.
It's a good amount of them.
So yeah, Bruce didn't kill every single one of them except for the last guy because that was Family Matters Winslow. Mr. Winslow got him. That was the guy that was hung, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was the brother. Anyway,
Well hung.
that purity of that blonde hair and those blue eyes, like you just gotta have a huge cock. I put that Lakers
Big
talk.
time bratwurst on that, bro. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know what I'm saying? They would have to have planned this at least 6 to 8 months prior to at least know how the whole workings of this building are, how to go to here, got to go to here. He knows the safe. He knows
They
this.
used the dude from Heat, the who played the bad guy in RoboCop 2. He's like, that data's just out. You just got to go up and grab it.
Yeah. it's and imagine
It's out
right?
there.
This was Alan Rickman's first movie
Ever?
He was 40
First-
years old when this movie. Yeah.
What was he, a stage actor?
Yes, correct.
Sick.
He was a theater actor.
And he was a teacher of the dark arts.
Yeah, he very much was. Unfortunately, he was taken out by the horrible, mischievous. I was going to say Snape, but he was Snape.
I'm gonna be honest with you, like his character is the one that bothers me the most.
It's the saddest.
The saddest.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point if he's just
Yeah.
gonna have his terrible death and
Yeah. Well, like he promised her, right? He promised her, and he loved her, and like it's just like yeah, he got with Harry's dad, whatever the fuck his name was, but like his story is the worst, and that's why obviously Harry named his child. What's Snape's first name? Shit. No, not Sirius. That's Sirius Black.
Oh,
Professor. There it is. It's Professor.
Alan.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Hans.
Yeah,
Snape.
it is. Yeah. But he names his child. It was either the middle name or the first. I don't remember what it was, but Harry named his child after him, and which is very touching. But at the same time, like the way Harry and
Did
everybody.
they say that in the regular books, or is that from the new one that came out?
I don't know that. I didn't read the books, but in the movie it was because he says the kid's name to him. He's like, "You're gonna be fine when you go to Hogwarts." But did you know they're making a series now? It's gonna be on HBO.
They pushed it back, right?
They did, like fucking to 2027.
I like how that at the end of the Deathly Hallows Part 2, like it shows them like I guess they're
All
supposed to be
old.
like in their 30s.
Yeah.
And, like
They
these
look-
fuckers like 50 years old.
They look, yeah, and they all look kind of creepy.
They all like ugh.
Yeah, they're trying to age them up, but it just looked like kids wearing makeup. Like it was kids wearing like the beard and shit. Because it's like they gave them. You're right. It's like they tried to age them too far, but it just looked weird. And truly, I think that Harry.
Just put him in a suit or something and
That's true too. Or
Yeah.
not even have them as the actors. Have someone else be them. Harry, in my opinion,
I mean, because it's only supposed to be what 10 years later or something like that.
at least, yeah.
The
at
kids
least. So they fucked like right after they got it. Right after they killed.
Yeah.
Right after they killed he who shall not be named. Like he was fucking.
Wait, Hermione and Ron end up together?
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna say. I think Harry and Hermione should have been together, and I think Ron and whoever the fuck I don't care. I didn't like Ron that much. He's a fucking wiener.
I like the Asian girl was cute, but she was only like mattered
Yeah.
for like 5 seconds.
Yeah. Well, she was with Harry for a little bit, but I liked her too. She was.
Oh wait, Harry ends up with Ron's sister, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
She was the Asian girl. I remember her name. She was a Hufflepuff, I believe. Do you know what your thing is? You don't know your house? This fucking guy. I'm actually a Gryffindor. Very courageous.
That's supposed to
very
impress me.
charming.
Nope.
Very handsome. Anyway, what other notes I have? I don't know.
Wait, did you go to the place and put on the stupid hat with the guy?
No, but I did a test online.
Oh.
Yeah. It's called Who Gives a Shit?
It's called the first question, are you a fucking nerd? Second question is pick one, nobody gives a shit.
It's
like the questions
second question, are you millennial fuckface? And then question 3 was, who gives a shit? This isn't even a question.
First question is, don't you have anything better to do?
It shouldn't even be a question. The first that says 1, who gives a shit? 2, and then it's asking like, hey, get yourself a fucking life. Go outside and touch some grass. And I do like that that's an insult for people that like typically gamers say to other gamers when they try hard. Like when you're dominating in a game, people are like, oh, go touch some grass because you're too good at it, right? You're inside too much. And it's kind of like, if
Oh, it's an insult on you being
an
too
insult.
good?
Yeah, yeah.
Because everyone else sucks?
Yeah.
Oh, do you tell them to go fuck themselves?
Yeah, exactly.
Good.
So if I just finished that game and had 34 kills and 2 deaths, and people are like, dude, go touch some grass. Brandon goes deep 69, or whatever. Like whatever my handle is. I've had many.
Anal only 113.
Yeah. It's like ball penetration, 86. So I put pure German men with their blonde hair, blue eyes, so dreamy, but they're not.
That guy's brother was way too Ken doll like with the glasses.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
He's like, ooh, yeah, we do know.
And he's wearing like sweats. Like, what are you doing?
He's trying to keep it leisurely as he's murdering people.
Yeah, I don't. Not a tactical gear.
You would feel that strap. I feel like you would have known that strap was like loosening, and you feel that little jerk as he's going down because it was. And
You're giving no context whatsoever.
So the machine gun that you're right. I'm sorry.
I know what happened, but
so he has the submachine gun there. And he takes.
Who's he?
Oh my gosh. So okay.
John is trying to get away from the bad guys, and he has to go through an air duct shaft or something.
Whatever that is.
And the only thing that'll hold him up is his gun, so he's using the strap from the gun, and he's climbing down.
Correct. And that strap made it seem like it's like 10 feet long when that thing is no more than like 5.
Yeah.
Like to go around the sling to go around your shoulder. But there's parts where it unravels quickly and it moves and it moves and moves. And he's going, you would have felt the jerking, right?
Yeah.
He would have felt that jerking, but not if you're John McClane.
You feel like it almost feels like Velcro. It's not Velcro.
It's not Velcro, yeah.
But I mean,
it has like ridges to it.
When you feel the
yeah.
ridges slip, like when you like loosen, you can feel it on the strap.
The vibration, even. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But maybe he's just so strong that he's like, he's not even phased by it. Let's see here. You're right. I should put more context instead of just my notes. I'm sorry. Let's see here. That guy's ugly. Is that a good No, okay. Let's see here. I'm sure Urkel could have helped during this police situation with all of his robots and stuff. Yippee ki yay, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So would you say this is the main thing out of this whole movie? The
The
biggest
most quotable line?
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay. I don't believe that was in the book. From what they added that in there. Because
The book that you haven't read?
I read it in a book, and I read it online that it's on IMDb that it has like the stuff about it, and like the differences, and that was one of them. It's just obviously they added, you have to as a movie, you have to add certain things, but that was a horn honking if you guys heard that. I fucking hate that reporter guy.
I'm double parked right now. I'm not
he just has emergency lights on. He's just
I don't
like,
give a shit.
That reporter guy, huge piece of shit.
I mean, if we're talking about pieces of shit, and I think in the larger scheme of it's like maybe it was just 80s movies in general, but they like really there wasn't like a lot of nuance in bad guys. There's nuance in Hans because he's a cool bad guy.
Great actor, phenomenal actor. Yeah.
But all like the psych or the maybe like how do I put this that makes sense because it doesn't seem like it's making sense yet. Okay. But like the world building around the bad guys is just everyone's a terrible asshole at all times and fucking deal with it. Well, because the same thing happened because we just did Karate Kid, yes, and everyone's an asshole in Karate Kid too.
I mean, it could be
all the friends are assholes.
Yeah.
All the fucking the teachers.
What's up, Karate Kid?
Yeah,
yeah.
And then in this one, the cops are the stupidest motherfuckers you ever met in your entire life.
Especially the sergeant. No, not sergeant, because that's Mr. Winslow.
Acting chief.
Yeah, whoever he is. Just
deputy chief, whatever the fuck his name was.
Dick knows. Oh, he had a couple good lines. We're gonna need a few more FBI guys, or whatever. but because he was
one of the hostages. Well, he becomes kind of like slapsticky.
Yeah.
Or
kind of
jokey,
stereotypical asshole, kind of like captain guy coming in, like I'm taking charge. And then they kind of like, hey, we need a little bit of like less tension in this. And so you have a couple little zingers in there.
Well, so they're terrible. The FBI guys are the worst people that ever.
What did he say here? I figure we lose about 20-25% of the hostages. I'm good with that number.
That's what I'm saying. Like so that's the main issue I have with the movie because I love it so much. But like, and by the 4th or 5th view that I did, it's like, it's whatever. But like initially, it always bothers me every time I go back to rewatch it after however many years it's been. And it's like, these guys are so stupid. Everything he says, like, we got a guy in there. He's like, what about when Carl Winslow?
Yeah.
When he's like, Al, Well, I was like, what
I
about
like calling him Mr. Winslow.
Yeah. When he falls, what about the guy that fell out my car? He's like, maybe just a depressed stockbroker. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's stupid.
And then your car gets fully lit up by a machine gun.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, you know, and you
could have been anything.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
over the top, like bad guys and stupid people. Like it's just let's be a little more subtle here.
Yeah. So recently I've been still working on this thing that I'm writing, and there's a character that I'm writing. I'm like, I'm making him too dumb.
Yeah.
And like, so I have to kind of go back because this character's not supposed to be dumb, but just a little bit like he's going into something that he doesn't know, right? So he's trying to learn about it, but like he's still kind of a, how do I say it? Like he's
a novice.
Yeah. So he's just going about it kind of like how you would, like he's just kind of learning as he goes. Mm-hmm. So he comes off as kind of dumb. And again, I kind of wrote some jokes in there for him that I fucking love these jokes, but I'm gonna have to get rid of them because I'm like, it's making him look too dumb. And I don't want him to look dumb. I want him to look a little like absent-minded because he doesn't know. And there's a difference between being dumb and being like ignorant or anything like that. Because if you don't know, you don't know. And my general thought of a lot of things is you don't know unless you ask. And so if you don't ask, you'll obviously never know the correct answer, obviously unless you look it up. But then if you look it up, you're asking yourself. So if you just come off as just like like an idiot, like a goober, then you're going to always be that. For example, which is leading into this, the McLovin character, which is too bad because he's typecast like a motherfucker because he played that character first and he hasn't been able to get other roles like that. When he was in Role Models, same thing. When he was in Kick-Ass, same thing. So it's just kind of like he can't get away from that. And it's not that he's had like shitty lines, but it's just that he's kind of the goof kid. So he's always going to get it. So I have to rewrite this character and it sucks because I'm like halfway through this pilot. And damn, but because I wrote some good jokes. I think I wrote some good jokes. I don't want you to read it yet until I'm done. You're not gonna know. Well, you'll know some. I think you'll still appreciate the jokes. You don't know the full context of that.
Is this some nerdy bullshit with video games that I'm not gonna know the reference to?
Maybe
that's a yes.
Okay. So anyway, but I agree with you. Yeah, there's in certain movies like this, you kind of need that a little bit to push it, but it is also of the time. I mean, it is an 80s
or
movie
even like the dispatcher over the radio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like,
get off this line, sir.
Like, this is an emergency line. I like his lines. Like, what the fuck, lady? You think I'm ordering the pizzas?
Yeah. And then you hear the grrr, she's like, all right, hey, send just like, one car there.
I guess we can send a car, I guess.
Yeah.
For fucking machine gun fire.
Women, am I right? Jeez. Let's see
so
here.
that's my biggest thing with the movie.
Besides the reporter and not liking him.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah.
That piece of shit.
He's almost completely useless, except for he has to be in the house because Holly has to see the kids.
Yeah, for Hans.
But like, what is the point of that? Like, why is the like the anchor at the news desk so stupid?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Other than he has rivalry with the guy. That's
apparently. She's like, sit on it, Stan. Or whatever the fuck he says to him. He's like, ugh.
You're on camera. Oh, hey.
I was going to start this episode with me going, oh, I'm so pale. And then you're going to go, we're live. Because I don't know if you ever saw the clip of the two women that were there. And she's like, I'm so pale. I actually like watching sports bloopers. Or not sports, news bloopers. Because they're pretty silly.
My favorite ones are the, maybe it was during COVID, all the dogs from people's houses that were just acting silly. They would just come in to the frame when people are coming to reports.
Yeah.
That's cute.
There's a reporter that was like, "Oh, there's a wild cougar's on the loose," and then he's like, and he turns and points, and it's just a normal cat. He's like, "But it's not that," and it's just a little cat sitting there like just chilling. I think the best news report that I've seen is that it's many years ago. That woman doing the wine. She's crushing the wine. And then she's like, okay, let's stop, guys. And then she goes faster, but when she goes to get out, she falls. Oh, man. I'll put a link in the bio for you guys to watch it. I wanted us to shoot a Dutch angle for this episode, like to just show people what it, because I wrote a Dutch angle is used when John McClane first meets Hans in the movie. Hans does a very good American accent. Like when he's trying to...
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Don't shoot me. Oh, God.
Yeah. And so they do a Dutch angle in that many times. Do you know why a Dutch angle is used?
I don't know. To show somebody's on the ground and to make the person look menacing.
Well, you know what a Dutch angle is, correct?
It's like...
Yeah. It's tilted. It's just to create like a tension, like something's not right. So normally the frame is horizontal, but when you tilt it a little bit, it kind of throws you off as the viewer too. So when movies do that, it's just to kind of like let you know, like, hey, something's amiss, something's not right. And so they were using that when Hans and Bruce were talking a few times.
Oh, cool.
And so I wanted to shoot a Dutch angle with us here, like to have it over the shoulder shit. It's gonna take too much time, and we got things to do. We got places to go, people to do. So that explosion would have possibly destroyed the building. So when they did the explosion, when he pushed down that C4, and it was like he's like, oh, fucking take this.
What was his plan?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because that shaft could have gone who knows where.
Yeah, it could have blown up anywhere.
It could have blown up at the place where all the hostages were.
Mm-hmm. Well, they were above him. He was lower, but still,
okay,
that could have blown up on a lower floor, and there could have been other people. I know the building was still being made for the most part, but like that could have blown up anywhere. He didn't time anything. He just plugged in a bunch of detonators, and then was like,
how did he detonate them though?
I don't know.
Is there a timer?
I don't know. Like
he didn't light a fuse.
Maybe it's from the smushy smush that it just lights it up. I don't know. But we do have on the phone an explosion specialist.
Yeah.
And his name is I don't have that. So, but that's a good guy.
Right. Professor McBoom. Could you please go?
Yeah, Mr. Bomb. Yes, you're from this. Where's that? The Super Mario World? Okay, cool.
Yeah, glad to be here. These things with the explosives, it's very dangerous, very tricky.
Yeah. Do you have notes? Because I have a few more.
We kind of talked to some of them.
Okay. We're at 40. Wow, that's a pretty quick episode. 46 minutes.
Yeah, we kind of we went over it. It's everyone being angry and stupid, and the stupid guy on the plane.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's
okay. That turn Carl does, so dramatic. So Carl was the brother.
Carl, I couldn't remember his name. Sorry.
Yeah, Carl with a K. He was the brother of the Carl. They killed your brother, Carl. He was the brother of the guy Bruce first killed. That wrote like, "Now I have a gun."
Ken. Yeah.
Ken and Carl. Probably 2 Ks. Those fucking Germans in their Ks. He was very dramatic in this movie. Like when Hans is like, "Oh, like he does this like turn to look at him and just stares at Hans. Hans is like, "What? Like just fucking let it go." I have here, God, that reporter is so gross because of the report that he does with the kids. He goes and he says to the
housekeeper.
I don't want to assume where she's from. Yes, but like Spanish speaking, right? And well, we're in California, so we're in California. You assume most Spanish speaking people are probably from Mexico, right? Because just from our location, but we don't know.
Yeah.
And so he's like, "Hey, if you don't fucking let me in there, I'm calling INS."
Yeah.
And I was like,
super douchey.
Super douchey. And like, so that's what her life, right? Like to threaten somebody's well-being. Like, hey, if you don't fucking do this, like you're gonna get deported. And I have many.
She should have been like, give me 1 second then, and then just come up with a fucking knife. Yeah. Fuck you.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Let me get the kids dressed. Close the door. And just log all the shit up. Turn off all the lights.
He's like, okay, operator. Is there a number for INS?
Yeah.
Like that's such a stupid empty threat.
Do you have a friend that works at the INS? I don't know. But it's like that's someone's, their life, right?
Yeah.
And I have friends that are undocumented, and like I've asked them for like, what's going on? Like what's going on? Like now that unfortunately Trump's gonna be president again, like do you know what's going on? And like they're kind of in this like
limbo.
Yeah, and it sucks because obviously I don't want them to get deported. But at the same time, to threaten somebody like that, that's pretty fucking like grimy.
Yeah.
And again, 80s.
Which I think it's just going to happen more and more and more for the next few years.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
And a lot more hatred.
Congratulations, us.
Yeah. Well, not you and I, like just other people that. Well, no, yes, us. But it's not like we voted. Well, I'm sorry, we voted, but we didn't vote for that fuck nose.
Remember that guy called me a beaner?
Yeah. Remember when that lady called and said, "Go back to your country," and I was like, "What?" And like I was here. I was like reversing that spot. Go back to your country. I was like, "That's here, bitch." Let's see here. The way Alan turns when she calls him a thief, like she's like, "You're just," and he's like, he does that to her. I was like, "Wow." And I think a lot of it has to do with the angle of it too, because it was if this is the point of the camera angle and stuff like that, and then you're Hans, like it moved around with him, so you saw his facial expression. I was like, "Oh my god, that's so good." And this whole movie in general was actually lit. The cinematography for this movie was, in my opinion, quite good because you're using a building that's likely a lot of fluorescent lighting and stuff like that, and it's at nighttime. But like I thought,
the only shot that's like that is when Ken goes up to try to find John the first time he turns on those lights.
Yeah,
like that's like the brightest.
Right. For the most part, they're using like desk lamps and
Yeah.
shit like that. But I thought the movie looked great, and except for the end when there's the fire and they're in that, and when Bruce Willis, yeah, and he's like limping in there, like he is fucked.
He's fucked up.
Yeah,
That's one of my favorite things of the Die Hard movies is just how fucked up he gets.
Yeah.
I think even more so in Die Hard with a Vengeance. Like he gets thrashed, dude.
That's why I like the first three so good because he's human. You clearly see him getting hurt and hurt and hurt. But then when you get Live Free or Die Hard and you get the fifth one, he's like a fucking superhero. Like the one with Justin Long, I think he was riding a motorcycle and like launched it up, and he's probably, let's just say respectfully, at least 25 feet in the air. And he falls down, rolls, he's like, shit. Doesn't limp, doesn't get up. And this motherfucker, yeah, he's got to be at least...
No, he just picks it up.
Yeah.
Ooh.
At least in his mid-50s when he does that. Right, yeah, right? At least mid-50s. He's fine. And no, absolutely not. Me right now, being 38, and if I did that, I would be in bed for like 2 weeks. Yeah.
I stepped off my truck at work, probably, about this high down to the ground there. Twisted my ankle for like 3 days.
Really?
I was like,
oh, you didn't even twist it though? You just stepped down, or you actually did twist?
Well, like my foot slipped off a
okay.
step,
Okay.
and I caught myself. I didn't fall down because I was holding on to a handrail. And then, so it was like 3 days of ankle.
PCO?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they gave me a cane.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet.
Oh, you report it and you got
Yeah.
what is that? When you get hurt on the job, it's
OSHA?
well, not OSHA, but what is it when you get the time you get paid? It's fuck, because they ask you if you go to the hospital, did you get hurt at work? Because then you get not unemployment, but it's
Oh yeah. Oh, we're fucking stupid. Why do you make us look like fucking morons?
it's not hard to do.
Jesus.
You are getting
Yeah.
You are getting not medical leave, but
Everyone's
okay,
just
you just keep
screaming
thinking
at their fucking.
I know. Imagine they're watching this.
Talk
like,
about your fucking
you
bullshit.
fucking idiots. Let's see here. Jumping off the roof to the lower room barefoot, like that lower area. John jumped, I don't know, let's just say 10 feet, and he landed no shoes. Like you probably just
His
shattered.
toenails are fucking.
Yeah. And did you notice when he fell, there's those few little rods sticking out of the ground, like they're up like an inch.
No.
Yeah. If he missed that jump, let's see here. Han's fall was done by surprise. So do you know how they shot that with Alan Rickman? Because it was a green screen, of course, when he fell.
He's on a crane, right?
No, they did drop him. They dropped him onto like an air thingy. But that take, the reason why it looks so genuine, because they're supposed to count to 3, and they counted to 1 and just let him go. And so he's actual surprise in his face. And that's the only take they used. They didn't do more takes.
Why
he's
would you need to?
Yeah, you got it. So when he says
Disability.
thank you, okay. Disability. I love that you were like probably just thinking about that whole fucking time. Let's see. He says, "Hold on a second. Oh no. This is what I think that Bruce Willis said to Holly when everything's all said and done. They're downstairs. They have the blankets over him. Hold on a second, babe. The love of my life. Let me go bond with this man that I don't know who he is or what he looks like, but he's just giving me these eyes because Mr. Winslow, he's standing there like." And John and Holly come out and they're like embraced, and like he looks up and sees Mr. Winslow looking at him. He's like, "That's the guy I was talking to. That's that guy that I was on the radio with. Bitch,
It's true love.
You stay here. Yo, how you doing?" And like I think they're ready to fuck too, if you really think about it. But like I think if I'm walking out with my wife and we just went through this whole thing, right? Not only is she probably going to be in some form of shock, I likely would be too. But I'd be rock hard with adrenaline. Like I am throbbing and ready. I just killed like 15 German dudes, and one safecracker guy. And yeah, I think I'd be like just raging, like just ready to go. Probably go in that limo and just jack off real hard.
Yeah,
or just get with my wife real quick. Like, babe, we gotta go fucking nut one out real quick. But like, let me go hang out with this dude. So I don't know how you can identify who this guy was just by voice, right?
They just know.
Our hearts just
Just
know.
know.
I keep watching. I just watched that episode recently too, and that whole episode's really good. It's very silly. The Detroiters, if you guys haven't watched it.
I think we mention it in every episode. I agree.
Quiet you. With so many cops there, I feel like Carl would have been lit the fuck up when he like, and he for some reason he has his gun still. Why does he still have his gun? But like he's like ready to go, right? And people are running away from him. I understand.
So did he sneak out with like the hostages? Like,
I don't know.
Let's all go. Okay.
Yeah, it's a great question. I don't know. If he did, then that would make sense.
I mean, I'm assuming that's like the emergency
Yeah.
blanket that they
Okay,
put on
that would make
everybody.
sense then. Yeah, that would make
He goes,
sense.
motherfuckers. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I was thinking that they were just like dragging him out, and he's like, "Bleh," and
No, I mean,
okay.
they would have had to go through the whole building, and he's in the wherever the fuck he is.
Yeah, at least the
Yeah.
28th floor.
Some service
Yeah.
section.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
Hanging by his
because I do
fucking neck.
remember the blanket. Like he throws it off. Okay, so you're
Yeah.
probably right. Yeah, you're probably right. So he has his gun, right? And people run away. Again, this is Los Angeles. I feel like cops would have been like, but at the same time they're like, oh wait, he's white, and but I feel like they would have lit him the fuck
There's
up.
another good guy? Like, no.
Yeah, he looks angry. He's bloody and sweaty, and he's
Well, I mean, Carl lights him up,
Yeah.
but then doesn't light up. What's the limo driver's name?
Argyle.
Argyle.
Yeah, because he just like barrels through, like, hey, what's up? And they're like, all right, cool, limo guy, get in here, go pick them up. Like, how do they
He
know?
just hogs his arm. Beep, beep. He's a good guy.
yeah,
He honked
exactly.
and waved at us.
Yeah,
He's
he
chill.
looks innocent enough. Yeah.
So black guys in Germany, we're good.
Let's see. My last note is that limo needs a tint badly. Because when they get
in the back.
yeah,
Yeah. What
like,
are we doing?
You can see straight through
Yeah.
in there. Like, how am I going to finger blast my wife on the way like to home if everybody can look in and
What?
see?
People are gonna know? They can count the number of prostitutes I have back there when I'm taking my limo ride? Like,
Yeah.
No dice. Thank
Like
you very much.
you're getting a
people,
double
please.
BJ, and like they're gonna see all of it. But it's this movie, Mike. So we both agree that we like it. I'm all out of my notes.
Oh, okay. I was gonna mention a couple things too.
Okay, sure.
I didn't write them down, but I love those machine guns. Like they're so very 80s. But I don't know what the model is or whatever. But I remember making one with my Legos.
Of course.
Watching Die Hard, I'm like, oh, I want one too. So I made it all blue because I didn't have black pieces. Yeah. So I put a white stripe through it because it's cool, I guess. I don't know. So
When I made my Lego guns, I would put on the front of it where the tip, I would put those one Lego pieces that had the hole in it.
Oh, okay.
And so that way, at least there's a small little hole in the front.
And I would like leave the magazine so you could like, and I would just put it back on like I'm reloading.
Oh, but you couldn't actually pop anything out, right? Or you did?
No, I just made like a
Oh, it was a
thin-
machine gun. Okay. I'm
Yeah.
thinking most of the guns that I made were handguns. Because if I made them like the long way, I was afraid I was gonna. It's like you don't have when you go too long, you don't have that firmness to it.
Right.
So
Well, I went like pretty like 4
okay.
thickness
Yeah,
with a handle.
Yeah.
And then I made like just a long for the magazine so I could pop it off and reload
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Like a door.
Yeah, I didn't make the machine guns. It was always the handguns, but my guns always ended up looking like RoboCop's gun.
Yeah,
Because like the
hell
top
yeah.
is thick and then the handle's all narrow because I had little
I made
hands.
the fucking phaser thing, whatever, from Eraser. Like I made
The laser gun, the fucking rail gun that he has. Yeah, when he's using 2 arms of it, mind you. But everybody has to use 2 hands and a sling. Arnold's no sling.
I even put I used all white pieces and put like a big square, so like it's like a screen.
Yeah, I get it.
I didn't have a life.
So yeah,
but
really-
I was like 9. Like fuck you guys.
Okay, so the guns I used really quick. Of course, we know Bruce was using a Beretta.
And then Carl used that weird future gun that I've seen before.
So I know that's not a future gun. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. So
I know that it exists. I'm just saying
Okay.
I forget what it's called.
So there was Berettas, or that Bruce only had the Beretta. There was also the Heckler and Koch P7 M13.
That's it, right?
That's a handgun. I'll tell you. There is the Walther PPK, which is like the 007 gun. That was what they used at the beginning, where and Kareem did this. And he shoots him with a silencer. That's the gun they use there. There's the Smith & Wesson Model 15. That's the one that Mr. Winslow used, which his name was Al Powell.
Yeah.
There was
Al Powell.
Al Powell.
Al Powell.
The submachine
Revolver,
guns.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Submachine guns. So the main one that we're probably talking about is the Heckler and Koch HK94.
There it
which
is.
is this guy right there.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
So many movies.
Oh, I mean, it's a very small bullet, and you get at least 30 in a magazine, so it's easy to and just light someone up. But they don't have a lot of
What's
stopping
the
power.
limit in California now? 10 rounds?
I think they increased it. I think they took that away. It used to be 10.
No,
I believe.
they're not
No, I
increasing-
believe.
they're not increasing shit.
I believe they
Anyway,
I
okay,
believe a
go.
couple of years ago. Then when it comes to the rifles, they had an M16, and that's what the cops had.
It's the SWAT team. Yeah.
Yeah. So the one you're thinking of is the Steyr-AUG. Steyr and then space AUG.
Yeah.
I love that gun. When I would play Counter Strike and stuff like that,
That's
when I was counter terrorist, I would use that gun a lot because the scope. It didn't shoot that fast. It kind of sucked. But they also used shotguns. It was
Who uses a shotgun?
That was. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's not a shotgun. That's a rifle. That the FBI agent had.
Yeah.
That was a rifle. And then other machine guns. The heavy machine gun was an M60.
The only thing I like from the FBI agents is when he goes, "It just reminds me of fucking Saigon, bro." And he's like, "I was fucking 14, you dipshit." Like, all right, that guy's all right.
And you got to think that's a substantial age gap in there, right? That's at least like 20 years.
The thing that bothered me a little bit was the explosion on the roof, which must have looked awesome. Like, imagine being like, "Oh, we're gonna film this," because they filmed the movie by my parents' house long time ago. Before they put the Costco in La Habra.
Okay.
There was just an empty, like a Ralph's parking.
Oh, you told me about this last time. Yeah, they did, wasn't there a bank in there too? That's why they did that.
Well, no, they just made it look like a bank.
Okay.
But they did like that movie about the North Hollywood shootout there.
Right.
So they put flyers out and they let everyone know, like,
Right.
oh, we're going to be filming and it's going to be loud. And it
Right.
was super fucking loud.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, so around Culver City or whatever, they must have told, like, hey, we're going to do this explosion. Be prepared. So, like, they probably told them, like, oh, it's going to happen at 9 o'clock at night or whatever on this day. Like, imagine seeing that.
Yeah.
Fucking super sweet.
Well, it's think about when they filmed Heat.
Yeah, that's the thing.
They let everybody know, but they used just blanks, so real bullets, of course. But the way it sounds in between all those buildings and shit, fucking gnarly.
I told you, like, we're a block away and it's super fucking loud.
You've shot a gun before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Even with the muffs and stuff like that, it's still fucking loud.
Yeah.
And I've shot a Beretta, I've shot a Glock. I think that's it.
Really?
And a not a crossbow. I shot a bow and arrow.
A bazooka.
Yeah, Uzi 9mm. And then what does he say? Like blah blah laser pistol. He's like, hey buddy, only what you see. But anyway, that's a reference to Terminator.
Yeah.
So we like.
He kills that guy so fast. That
Oh,
poor
so
guy.
quick. He's like, hey man, you can't load that. Wrong. And just lights him up.
Hey my man, why'd you?
Yeah, he's a Terminator, so he has to do it.
No, so I was gonna say the explosion. There's like a couple seconds that go by before you see the helicopter
Oh, fall down. Yeah, I don't know what that was
like,
about.
What was it? Just floating on fire? Like,
Yeah, it blown up, and it was like, but like they're all dead and burnt and blown.
yeah.
And then like, oh yeah, sorry.
because I think he jumps, does the glass, shoots himself
Before the helicopter
flies
comes down.
in through the glass,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then the helicopter comes down.
Maybe it fell and it was slowly teetering on
They
the
didn't
edge.
show it teeter, is what
That's
I'm
true.
saying.
Yeah, that's true.
But
yeah, I don't know.
Still cool, but
Or maybe it just took forever to fall because the building's so high, and it's just like, oh man. But when you see it next, it's falling from the top, not from like halfway down already. What does he say? I hope that wasn't one of the hostages, or I hope that wasn't. Yeah, that
wasn't one of the
It was a pretty good joke. So, Mike, what is the next movie we're going to watch?
we're gonna keep up this Christmas train. This Christmas train's a rolling,
God, they're so pale.
and we are going to.
Were you looking?
fucking shorter?
I just wanted to flex a little bit too.
Okay.
What are these lines? Oh, from my shoe.
These
can't-
lines of muscle.
Yeah, you can't see the muscle here, but you can see it up here if you, because that thing's in the way. Okay, it doesn't matter, Mike. What's the next movie we're watching?
So we're gonna do Elf.
Not Alf. Elf.
What did I say?
You said Elf, but it just sounded like Alf. Not Alf the alien, but Elf.
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 So who's in that movie?
Zooey Deschanel's in
Why
there.
would you not start with Will Farrell? I almost said Will Smith.
Bob Newhart's in it.
Huh?
James Caan's in it.
James Caan. Dinklage.
No, what's the hot
Peter Dinklage
older
is in it.
lady's name? Yeah, Peter Dinklage is in it.
Oh, the one from Step Brothers.
Kyle Gass is in it. Amy Sedaris is in it.
Kyle Gass is in it.
Right? He's like the.
I know who he is. But I don't remember.
It's not Andy Richter. I always get them mixed up.
I can see why you. Yeah, I can see why you mix.
Richter. No, what's her name? Mary Steenburgen.
Yes, she's married to Ted Danson. Yeah. See you at the party,
Danson.
Richter.
So yeah, I specifically did not say Will Farrell just because you said
Yeah. He's from Irvine.
he is.
Yeah. So we're gonna watch Elf. That was actually a movie that you wanted to do. I think last year or the year before when we did it, we just never did. We just did Home Alone and other movies and stuff like that. So we're finally doing Elf, and that'll end our Christmas. I'm probably gonna dress up for that episode. Wear like an ugly sweater or something like that. Maybe a Christmas hat. You want a Christmas hat?
I'm trying to remember if I have an ugly sweater. I might have one.
Well, what you're wearing is pretty ugly as is. So it's.
You dare?
Who is this?
I think it's the second time I've worn this.
Look at him.
shirt.
Let people
Stevie
see.
Wonder.
Did he sing the Stevie Wonder? Isn't she lovely? Did he really?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Am you fucking with me?
No.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, good.
Although it's not about a woman, it's about his child.
Oh, okay. Also, I realized that I also swayed back and forth as I said that.
That's Stevie Wonder. You got it.
I get it. No, he can see it. Anyway, so everybody, thank you for watching us, listening to us. Like and subscribe. I always forget that. Go listen to Luis's music and look at his handle in our bio. If you like any clips or anything in this episode, let us know what it is, and I can put something together and put it on social media. If you want to request anything, email us at specrapular@gmail.com. And
We're doing New Year's movies next month.
are we? Oh, okay. And Interstellar, IMAX. If you're gonna see it this weekend, good for you. But thank you everybody for watching. Mike, why don't you go ahead and take us away?
Christmas song. Oh my God. We really can't stay because the show is over now. We got to go away. We got places to go right now. We hope you have enjoyed the show. It was real funny. Don't you know? We're gonna watch Elf next week now. Actually, it's 2 weeks away. I really can't say because it's Specrapular.